Around midnight on Sunday, 19 January 2025, the youth leader of the Rumunduru community in Rivers State, Nigeria, received a phone call from the commander of the community's vigilante group. The commander told him that they caught a man carrying out a ritual sacrifice at the center of the road that Sunday night. He also revealed they were shocked to realize that the said man was a very popular and well-known pastor in the community. He went on to tell the community leader that they had traced him back to his house. The community leader told him to leave the pastor alone and that they would visit him in the morning to find out why he did what he did. The next day, being Monday, January 20th, 2025, the community leader, along with the youths, vigilante, and some policemen, visited the residence of Pastor Umoren Bassey around 9 a.m. in the morning. When they got there, they found him with his friend and fellow pastor, identified as Elijah Enietie. They asked Pastor Bassey what he was doing in the middle of the road the previous night, but to their greatest surprise, he denied ever carrying out any form of ritual that Sunday night, citing that he was a pastor and as such, he does not get himself involved with anything fetish. The youths then asked Elijah whether he was a pastor in Bassey's church, to which he replied no. He was then asked what he was doing in Bassey's premises around that time of the morning. Elijah told them that he came for a meeting involving the Maritime Rescue and Coastal Security Organization. The community leader then asked Pastor Bassey to allow them to search his church premises, but he refused. At this point, the youths felt they had no other option than to forcefully gain entry into the premises to conduct their search. After gaining entry into the church, they opened one chamber where they found several fetish items being stored. They also noticed that the altar had different tiles on it. When they lifted one of them, they found a toy buried under it, which they dug out. They also found other bizarre items within the church premises, including a life cartridge, a sword, 2 wooden coffins, fake naval passports, and thousands of people's pictures and passports. Some of the pictures were said to have had the eyes of the photographed person pierced with sharp objects, while some had their legs broken. They also recovered other items such as bottles containing unknown liquids, human bone, children's shoe, calabashes, coconuts, Bibles, police uniforms, and various spiritual items. However, contrary to the reports making rounds on social media, the community leader disclosed that they didn't find any python or big human coffin in the church. When Pastor Bassey was asked what he was doing with all the recovered fetish items, he was said to have become dumbfounded, but later opened up on why some of those items were found in his church. His explanation would later give a different perspective on what actually happened that day. Pastor Umoren Bassey was a 60-year-old native of Akwa Ibom State, but resided in Rivers State, where he worked as a captain in the Maritime Rescue and Coastal Security. Bassey was also the founder and general overseer of the God Deliverance Apostolic Church. According to him, he had been living in Rivers State for over 17 years and in the same Rumunduru community. He disclosed that the items found in his church premises are used solely for deliverance and nothing else. He told them that the items were used for this purpose based on the instructions given to him by God. In his defense, Bassey explained that one can use water and oil to heal people. He claimed he had been healing people and also helping the community for over 17 years. Bassey told the police that he used the small casket or miracle oil found in the church to pray for mad people. According to him, after he prays and conducts deliverance for them, they usually become calm within 3 months. Bassey also said the community knew about his work because he had helped some of them numerous times. He went on to disclose some information that gave a different perspective to the whole situation. Bassey alleged that the community was setting him up so that they could send him out of the place. He claimed most of the fetish items found in his church were planted by some aggrieved members of the community who then turned around to search his house without a warrant. He also cited that some of the pictures were those of his church members who were still alive, and that one of the photos was actually that of his son. Bassey went on to blame the whole saga on the ongoing land dispute he had been involved in. According to him, there was a dispute involving the land he used in building his church. He said the land struggle had made them to go to court, where the judge had ordered him to evict the place. Bassey said he still had about 3 weeks remaining from the total period given to him to move out of the place. He alleged that the community members must have gotten impatient and then decided to plant those pieces of evidence in his church so that they could easily kick him out of the place. Aneti Elijah, who was a 51-year-old native of Akwa Ibom State, explained that he was also an officer in the Maritime Organization. He also disclosed that he was the founder and general overseer of the Powerhouse of Glory International Gospel Church. Pastor Bassey's church and that of Aneti Elijah are said to be located along the Eneka Road in Rumunduru, Obiokpo Council of Rivers State. Elijah was said to have denied having anything to do with what was found in Bassey's church. In his defense, Elijah explained that he got a call from Bassey the previous day, telling him that he just received a signal from their maritime branch in Lagos State and that they needed to meet in person to discuss the details the next day. He said he was supposed to drop his child at school that morning, but decided to attend the meeting instead. However, while they were there, the community youth leader, the youths, vigilantes, and some police officers stormed the place, asking to search the premises. Elijah alleged he was beaten and asked to confess his role in Bassey's church. However, he still maintained that he had nothing to do with the fetish items found on Bassey's church premises. As the youths searched the place, they discovered Elijah's passport photograph among the numerous other photos in the church. When asked why his picture was found on the premises, since he claimed he had nothing to do with Bassey, Elijah explained that the passport was submitted as part of the requirements for his recruitment into the Maritime Rescue and Coastal Security Organization. Amid the whole commotion and finger-pointing, a boy was said to have emerged from the crowd to make a shocking revelation that led to most strange discoveries. The boy was said to have disputed Elijah's claims of not having anything to do with Pastor Bassey's church as a lie. He alleged that Elijah was Bassey's accomplice and that his mother used to work with them in the same church before they allegedly murdered her. The boy went on to disclose that if they were to search Elijah's church, they would also find similar items as those recovered from Bassey's premises. Surprised by this revelation, the youths marched down to Elijah's church, and to their greatest disbelief, what the boy revealed to them turned out to be true. They also found fetish items like caskets and some native pots in the church. Just like Bassey, Elijah claimed he used the casket and other items for deliverance. He also explained that he underwent a surgical procedure some days back and that after the surgery, the operated part became swollen. Because of this, he was advised to use a native pot to boil some herbs and drink for the swelling. Pastor Bassey and Aneti Elijah were taken into custody by the police for further interrogation and investigation. This was a very strange and concerning case. Apart from the fact that Pastor Bassey had everything that would classify him as a fake pastor, there is also a possibility that he was set up to blow things out of proportion. Do you think he was set up as he had claimed, or he was just looking for a lifeline to hang on to? Also, is it really a crime to be a fake pastor in Nigeria? If so, how do we now differentiate a fake pastor from a real one? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like, share and subscribe to this channel for more true crime stories. Thank you for watching and stay safe.